humanis, educationis, amicus humanis, educationis. Educationis class ex becal victorial simply means that education is humanity and humanity is equally an education. Amigos, do you know that you always tell a blind man there is no oil in the soup, but you can never tell the same man again there is no salt in the soup? Why? The reason is because the tongue of the man should always be a claim for him or her. Simply means that education is the versatility of man and humanity. Before we continue to ransack and delve into the discourse of the content of our discussion today, permit me to honor, observe and recognize the sacrosanct of the honorable men seated here in our midst. Mr. Moderator, prefadjudicators, architect keepers, co-debaters, distinguished girls, procuratorians, ladies and gentlemen, agitative general house. Second, before you hear this moment, is Sheikh Khalid and Goodluck, the Chief Speaker of Federal Republic of Nigeria, on the final Commonwealth global competition on the question which asks, is education a success or actually a failure in today's world? Permit me to say, no, education is not a failure, but a success. As we delve into the etymological concept, now I want to bring the view and the anticipated nature of the 21st century New Chambers Dictionary. Section 18 and 19, in following of A and B, it states that education is the fundamental goal of life in humanity. According to Schuyler, a philosopher and also a psychologist, he once propounded to many theories, and one of his theory on education states that education is man, education is humanity, and education is the shaper of the body and soul and the mind. Now, according to Nelson Mandela, an African philosopher and a pundit, he said, and I quote, education is a respiratory weapon through which one can use to change the world with innovations and creativity. Backing up with Albert Einstein, a longevity of the lecturer, and also a psychologist who has equally lived as a scholar and pundit, he said, and I quote, that education is that which remains when one may have forgotten what he has learned in the school. Put that together, the Chief Speaker, is saying that education do not just elapse on their views and their department distributions. Now, on my quotation of education is a process, is a discipline, and also a product. On the terms of process, do you know that from birth you get to death? That means that everything has so many ways of accumulating and receiving information. The same thing with education. When a child is given birth to, he has to pass different kinds of processes before he actually gets to actualization of whom he or she wants to be. On the note of discipline, we have different kinds of professions that actually help you to solve the images and the worries of the world, like the medical doctors, the engineers, the architects, the wingers, the communicators, the barristers, and all kinds of professions you may think about in the world. These people are actually emanated with the vision, with the honorific activity of the world and the nation of the education. Education is good. Education is good. Education has ended up in creating a vibrant catalyst for the economy of Nigeria, Africa, and all over the world. What are we trying to say? We talk about a distribution of knowledge and the self-discovery of people in different parts of the world. Today, we have the issue that is still emanated in terms of world trade, but education has actually come to address this issue. Through Ashinaga of Japan, through Shusha of China, and people who has actually partnered in terms of international relations, intercultural relations, multicultural relations, rising from different kinds of countries. The Russia, the Germany, the Poland, the Sweden, all these people are actually emanated through the emancipation of education. Education through Ashinaga has been able to raise millions of youth all over the years. Tony Elimani of Africa, through his entrepreneurship, innovation and creativity, have been able to give hope to the hopeless, the less privileged, the orphans, and disadvantaged in different kinds of the countries and even the world. The Commonwealth of Nations, having two heads, have been able to, over the years, sponsor more than 5,000 youth who are actually brilliant but no hope of going to school on scholarship, ranging from Switzerland, ranging from Sweden, United States of America, New Zealand, Japan, and different parts of the world where education is seen and valued. Education is man, education is humanity. No wonder Margaret Thatcher of the United Kingdom has actually put up a letter that education is what that will bridge the man, catapult the man, and catalyst the man from one way to the other and make the one to get self-actualization for him or herself. We talk about self-discovery. Many people today may not even know where they fit in, but with the utilization of education, they have been able to come to stay. Many people, like the owners of the Twitters, many people from the Facebook, even that of the Moon, have actually gotten a lot of emancipation and built a lot of projects on other planets of the world. What are we trying to say? Education has given us innovation, education has given us the creativity, education has actually shaped, rebranded all the whole of humanity. Through this education, we are able to see that the world is the middle, the world is the education, and the world can only be visualized through education. Rest my case.